Hello and welcome to Failsafe Fitness Podcast. My name is Michael Joshua. This is episode 27 of season 2. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we are going to go into these following topics. It's going to be talking about virtual rounds of golf. Do you like screen golf? Do you like virtual golf? Would you like to find out? Then come and join us at Himney Hall Golf Centre on a Saturday between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. £20 an hour. That doesn't matter whether you're one person or you're 4 people. Bring your clubs, come and give it a go. Little trial going on every Saturday for 5 hours. Very limited process, so come and give us a shout. We're going to be doing open courses. So St Andrews is going to be on there, and there's going to be some more courses to be announced very, very soon. So if you do want to play St Andrews virtually, hitting real golf balls into a range like you do on a Trackman or a GC Quad, then come and give us a call. Information is on the description. Book yourself a session, book yourself in, get in touch. £5 each for an hour's worth of golf, can't be too bad, especially if the weather's a bit dodgy. We're also going to be talking about rowing as an exercise for you to do, and we are going to be talking about 3 more superfoods you can add into your diet to get your nutrition on track. Also, spiked versus spikeless golf shoes. We're going to get into that a little bit of debate as well in terms of golf equipment at the end of the show. But here we are. Welcome to episode 27. Getting even closer now. We're just a few episodes away from episode 30, which is going to be your questions answered, and that your questions answered is going to end season 2 of the show. So if you do have any golf, nutrition or exercise questions, send them in. failsafefitness@hotmail.com, failsafefitness@hotmail.com, and the top 5 that come across my email over the next few weeks I will look at and I will answer in episode 30. So what have I been up to this week? Well, this week I have been away. I went to sunny Skegness for a little bit of a relax. It was my wedding anniversary. It's been the first break since March of this year, so I've done March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So I did nearly 7 months without a break. It's the longest I've gone without taking at least a couple of days off. I mean, some of the days this year, boo-hoo, you might be thinking, but running a business, it's hard to schedule time off when you need to earn some money. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are in the same boat. But managed to get a little bit of free time, freed myself up for a few days, took 5 days in Skegness to find out that my internet had also gone down. So Virgin basically shut my internet down 10 days early. So it was meant to be the 28th of the month, it ended up being the 18th of the month, and I've ended up switching to another supplier, thank you Sky. So I'm going to apologise right here and now, saying that this podcast is late going out, and you will have seen that episode 26 also didn't go out because obviously I didn't have any internet, so the upload schedule of that didn't happen because I had no internet to upload it to. So I'm going to apologise. That is Virgin's bad, my bad for not checking it, but I've been trying to run a business now for the last week without any internet, which has been tough. But problem solved, we're back on track. And apart from that, it's been a pretty decent week. I've played some poorish golf this week myself. having a week off and then I didn't do anything, just eat and drink and enjoy your holiday as you do. Coming back, I felt a little rough. Getting back into work felt a little rough, and obviously the turn in the weather. We've had a lot of rain and a lot of wind is coming, so it's going to be an interesting couple of months. And like I say, very interesting next month, because virtual rounds are going to be available. Himley Hall Golf Centre. Link is in the description to the blog post that is going out. That link will also give you some more information. We have named one of the courses that is going to be available. So St Andrews is going to be available. In that blog post there's going to be another course named, but there are going to be 4 open courses available to play. The caveat to that is there's no putting on this system, unfortunately. There are 2 ways to play. In fact, there are more than 2 ways to play, but there are. The ways we are going to set it out is you can either book the launch monitor for an hour. I will be there with you. I will pick your golf course. You will get on there and you will get playing. And as you play, because there's no putting, you can either choose. There's a 60-yard range limit. So as soon as you get the ball within 60 yards of the hole, it is going to be a automatic 3-shot finish. So you get the ball inside 60 yards, they're going to class that as you're going to get it on the green and 2 putts, irrespective of your ability. Then the other side of that is you can chip onto the green. So chipping onto the green, there are going to be 2 rings. First ring is 1 putt. Outside that ring or anywhere else on the green is going to be classed as a 2 putt. So those are the 2 ways you can play. If you want to book it on your own, fair enough, you can book it on your own. If you want to play with a group, and a maximum group again of a 4-ball, you can play a 4-ball. It's £20 an hour, so if there's 4 of you, that's £5 each. And you have the opportunity to come and play a little bit of virtual golf on 4 of the open courses from around the country and around the open schedule. So if you do want to come and join us, link is in the description to the blog post for some more info, and that will all be up and running very, very soon. And getting into up and running, we all know that cardiovascular wise, whether you're at any sport, at any level, and just for general health, is a great thing to do. But I want to discuss rowing this week. Now, a lot of rowers I see in some gyms just don't even get used. I know if you do CrossFit, the CrossFitters are quite happy with their rowers. They do a lot of work on the rowers, and it's a great piece of equipment, especially the Concept 2 rower. I've got a little V-Fit rower in my gym in the house, and because my treadmill basically went bang, so I sent it to the daughter-in-law, and she's using it now to do her couch to 5k on, which I'm glad she's getting some use out of it, but the motor is kind of getting a little dodgy. So I've switched to just rowing or stationary bike for my clients to do their cardio indoors, mainly either fartlek or hit session at the end of the session. But I feel that a lot of my clients this year have had more benefit from rowing than they have anything else. So obviously it's low impact. You can do steady state cardio, you can do high impact cardio, you can do fartlek, in terms of cadence on the rowers. They're a great piece of equipment, and if you do struggle when you run, whether it be hamstrings or knees or ankles or whatever, or you're like me, you're a little short and stubby, and that little extra weight just takes it out of your back when you're running, then go get yourself on the rowing machine. It takes all the stress, all the impact out of your joints, and you're still going to get a very similar cardio workout. So yeah, if you are struggling, you're getting on a little bit, or you're a little bit injured, or you just don't like running in general for cardio, then go and get yourself on a rowing machine. If you want some more info about rowing and the benefits of it, go and visit our blog, failsafefitness@weebly.com. Go to the blog page. There's a little snippet on there about rowing for people who are 40 plus. So rowing has great benefits. A lot of people in their 50s and 60s are buying rowing machines now because the overall strength benefits in rowing as compared to pounding it out on the streets, on the pavement, knackering their knees up. There's a little snippet on there. Go take a look. Worth a read. And while you're there as well, like, subscribe and share this podcast. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone who's interested in fitness, nutrition and golf to get listening. The more people that listen, the more opportunities we're going to have to do some pretty wild things. 2024 is going to be a very interesting year, and I think there's going to be a couple of giveaways very shortly from a couple of sponsors. Getting back into nutrition for this week, as promised, 3 more superfoods for you to have a look at. So last week we looked at the benefits and how to include berries and fish and nuts into your diet. This week we are going to look at leafy greens. So it's really weird now. I look around and I go out for meals. I don't deny it. I've been in Skegness, I've had a few meals. But leafy greens, wintery veg aren't very readily available. They are in terms of cabbage and things like that. But, dark leafy greens are a great source of vitamin A, vitamin C and calcium, as well as several other phytochemicals, chemicals made by plants that have a positive effect on your health. They also add some fibre to your diet as well, and fibre is something that we all need. We need 12-14 grams of fibre. I tend to try and get 15 grams of fibre in my diet a day. Helps you keep you regular as well, which is always a good thing. So the easiest way to include leafy greens into your diet is try varieties such as spinach. I'll put my teeth in. Such as spinach, Swiss chard, kale, collard greens, mustard greens. Throw them into a salad, saute them in a little olive oil. You can also add greens to soups and stews as well. And so give them a go. They're great benefit. A lot of really healthy vitamins. They will keep you going. The next superfood I want to add into your diet, if you get the opportunity, is olive oil. Great source of vitamin E and monosaturated fatty acid, which can help reduce the risk of heart disease. So, you can add a little bit of olive oil into your leafy greens if you do have a salad. Instead of butter or margarine in pasta or rice dishes, drizzle over some vegetables, use as a dressing or when sauteing. It's an easy way to add some healthy thing into your diet without you really making a massive change. Third and final one for this week in terms of superfoods you need to be adding into your diet is whole grain. So whole grains are a great source of soluble and insoluble fibre. Again, you're adding fibre to your diet. Everybody could probably do with a little bit more. They also contain several B vitamins, minerals and phytonutrients again. They have been known to lower cholesterol and protect against heart disease and diabetes. So plenty of whole grains, Weetabix, things like that. Oatmeal for breakfast, bulgur wheat, quinoa, wheat berries or brown rice, brown breads, wholemeal pastas are great. And they're an easy swap. If you do eat a lot of pasta, etc., just swapping for the whole grain version is going to add some extra fibre and some extra vitamins and nutrients into your diet without you making, again, a massive change. So give those 3 a go. So leafy greens, olive oil, whole grain. If you've added in some fish, nuts and berries as well, you're well on your way to eating all the superfoods in the world, and you'll be getting all the great health benefits that come along with that. Looking at golf then. So, as I said before, this podcast is going to be short, sharp and sweet over the next few weeks, till we get to that nice long one at episode 30, which will end the season. But looking at spiked and spikeless golf shoes for golfers. Now, I moved from spiked into spikeless. So Adidas did a few pairs of shoes that were really good. And I still wear Adidas today. I just like the traction outsole that they have on the bottom of the spikeless. I feel like they do give me just as much grip as spikeless spiked do. But there's been some things, said. I'm not too sure whether they're true. I mean, FootJoy and Puma have tried to turn around and say, well, having spiked shoes instead of spikeless is going to add 5 yards to your drives. I don't know. I don't know where they're getting those figures from. It's a little weird. But these are the things you need to consider when you're buying your golf shoes. And if you're going to a big box retail store, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to get a full fitting. But what you want to consider is if you've got a pair of old FootJoys that are nice and flat, and then you go into a nice comfy pair or spongy pair of Pumas, then you may find your feet will hurt. So if you can, go and get yourself a fit for your golf shoes. So whether you have a more solid sole or a more flexy sole, whether you go for wide or standard fitting, half a size or full size, spiked or spikeless, that is the thing that you need to worry about. Obviously, winter time in the UK, it's very wet, very windy, so spikes with extra traction probably going to benefit you more than spikeless. But getting yourself fit for your golf shoes is going to help you improve your game. And obviously having a couple of pairs of shoes, a couple of options, is always a good thing as well. But you'll be surprised, especially if you're walking. If you walk your 9 or 18 holes every week or a couple of 3 times a week, you want a pair of shoes that aren't rubbing. You want a pair of shoes that aren't going to kill your feet, because you're not really thinking about your golf then. All you're thinking about is how much your feet are killing you. So if you can get a fit on your golf shoes, go and get a fit. It's very beneficial to your golf. And that, ladies and gents, is episode 27, season 2 of the Failsafe Fitness podcast. I'd like to thank you very much for listening. If you do want your questions answered, episode 30 is just around the corner now. failsafefitness@hotmail.com. Send me your questions, golf, fitness, exercise related, nutrition related, whatever it may be. Send me those questions in. Top 5 will get answered on the show. So 5 golf, 5 nutrition, 5 exercise will get answered on the show in a couple of episodes time. Big shout out to all my clients. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you in episode 28. Bye bye.